The week that Eduardo Camavinga limped out of the squad and then sat down with Xabi Alonso could end up being remembered as the moment a raw talent was given a map for adulthood. For months, the Frenchman has felt like a brilliant Swiss Army knife, always useful, sometimes essential, but rarely allowed to settle into a single identity. An ankle injury in August forced a pause that exposed how fragile that versatility can be, and when he finally reappeared in training, the conversation in Valdebebas changed from where can he help to where should he stay. The coach from Tolosa did not offer vague praise, he offered a mission. He wanted Camavinga to stop drifting between left-back, box-to-box bursts and improvised defensive shifts, and instead to anchor the midfield in a way that clarifies selection and steadies the team. That is not a cosmetic tweak, it is a structural decision that asks a 22-year-old to become less of an everywhere man and more of a central spine, and that kind of transformation can make or break careers. The tactical logic is simple and ruthless. Real Madrid need balance. With congested fixtures and the constant threat of injuries, having two specialists for the sixth role, one who can patrol space, win physical duels, and give the team a defensive frame when the fullbacks advance, is invaluable. Alonso sees Aurelien Tchouameni as a modern anchor, and he wants Camavinga to either partner him or offer the same profile on nights when rotation is necessary. It is a plan that turns Camavinga's stamina, tackling instincts, and carrying ability into not just options, but into a defined responsibility. In short, the player who once patched problems in multiple positions must now internalize a specific tactical vocabulary and execute it under pressure. That creates immediate drama within the squad. Competition sharpens standards, but it also forces choices. Who starts against the big rivals? Who sits to preserve minutes for the Champions League? And how the coach navigates form and fitness. For Camavinga, the upside is enormous. If he masters the pivot, he becomes indispensable, a younger, similarly modern alternative to world-class pivots and a headline reason for opponents to worry about Madrid's balance. For the club, having two high-level sixes reduces the temptation to panic in the transfer market and lets Alonso rotate with tactical intent rather than forced necessity. But the gamble is not risk-free. A player accustomed to freedom must adopt discipline, and a failed adaptation would relegate him back to a utility shelf or worse, invite transfer rumours that eat at confidence. Beyond the locker room, the move shifts how opponents prepare. Managers studying Real Madrid will now ask different questions. Can Madrid press with the same intensity if their number 6 is more conservative? Will the balance between creativity and shield be maintained when fullbacks push higher? Those are not minor adjustments. They change heat maps, passing lanes, and where coaches choose to overload. Tactical evolution at a club of Madrid's size is like adjusting a grand piano in mid-concert. The notes must still come out in tune. If Alonso's gamble pays off, the team gains a quieter, sturdier control over games. If it doesn't, matches could be left exposed at the seams. For viewers, pundits and the transfer market, the stakes will become visible in the smallest details. A training drill repeated with grim focus, a lineup announced with new order, a substitution that signals long-term trust. Camavinga's story this season will be watched for personal redemption and for what his evolution says about Alonso's plans. Is he building a squad resilient enough to win across competitions, or is he reshaping players on the fly and risking chemistry? The answers will come in minutes, not headlines, in how he handles back-to-back fixtures, in how he responds to physical duels, and in whether he can deliver consistency when the crowd noise and calendar pressure grow. The final note is simple. Football careers turn on choices as much as chances. Xabi Alonso has handed Camavinga a choice wrapped in a challenge: accept a narrower, more responsible role and stake a claim to Madrid's core, or keep being the beautiful, imprecise wildcard and risk becoming a luxury the team can't afford every week. Either way, this is not just recovery from an ankle injury, it's an audition for identity, and in a club that never waits, the clock is already ticking. Fans will be watching every training session, every lineup and every minute on the pitch, because how Camavinga answers this moment could quietly change Real Madrid's season.